the ancient Chinese wisdom, we say, learn the old and get something new. So I think if you don't have a good foundation, you don't know the church's teachings well or the history, I think there is certain dangers if you just, in the 21st century, you develop something new, and we need a good foundation for our study to support our understanding and to really understand why the church today is still teaching us such classical things, and this is good for our faith, and especially.
St. Thomas Aquinas is a theologian that keeps giving, in a way. His theology and his thought, his philosophy, is able to engage a multitude of different opinions and ideas across and throughout the ages. And I think that St. Thomas presents us with a system of thought, a set of principles that enable us to understand better the human person within the light of divine revelation, as well as answer difficulties and challenges that are presented to us from time to time, and defend our faith in light of the revelation of God and also of Christ's salvation.
Much of Thomas's teaching is as relevant today as it was in his own time period. He's teaching about the human person, our Christological understanding, who is Christ, the Trinity, virtue. So he's teaching many things that are basic, that we still have questions about today, especially as to the moral element. Thomas answers a lot of the questions we have today from a very logical, clear perspective. A lot of people today don't like logic, or we have problems in terms of metaphysics, anthropology, and Thomas gives us some clear basic foundations that we can use to respond to the challenges that we face today in the world.
My name is Lewis Ayres. I'm a British scholar of early Christian theology, and I'm at the Angelicum teaching Christian theology as it developed and flowered in the first 700 years of the Christian period. One of the things that people recognize today is that modern theology is often rather, that modern theology has lost its moorings in the tradition, and it's really important for theology to get back to those roots. And I think that's one reason why St. Thomas is such an important and useful figure in modern theological education, because Thomas knew that he stood on the shoulders of giants, he knew that he was part of a great tradition, and he tries to synthesize and present it for his readers. But as well as knowing Thomas, it's important to know those on whose shoulders he stood.
Teaching in Rome can be a challenge, but it also is a wonderful place to teach. We're in the heart of the church. We're also in Italy, which has a long history, and that offers us a great deal of the antiquity that we can build upon, but also we have to take that antiquity, both of Italy, both of theology and of the church, or of Thomas Aquinas. We can take all of those different aspects of the old, and how do we apply them to the new today, to students who are coming from different parts of the world. So in Rome, the world comes together in a sense, and we see unity in diversity, especially in the church itself. And so that's a great challenge, but it's also a great opportunity that teaching in Rome offers to professors and to students.
Pizza, of course. Pizza is the first one and the most important one, but more seriously speaking, pasta counts as well. But I think now very seriously, you can experience here the universal character of the church. You meet people from all around the world. This is my first and most important experience here.
My favorite thing about teaching at the Angelicum, that's a close call. It's either the wonderfulness of the weather, and that's because I'm British, so I'm used to rain and darkness for 12 months of the year, or it's the international nature of the students. I really have enjoyed having students say, That sounds great, but where I'm from, how could that be applied? How could I use that? How could I teach that in my own situation? And I think that is a real opportunity for teachers, and it's a real opportunity for students to hear questions from cultural contexts very, very different from their own. Up until now, I've always taught in English language environments in the UK or in the US, where the student body is very homogeneous, and often the questions are very, very focused and culturally bound. They're often very good questions, but they're not the only questions that can be asked, and I think it's much better, if you can, to study in an international context.
The Angelicum offers a very immersive experience because it not only gives a lot of formation, intellectual formation to the student, but it also links this up with a journey, a spiritual journey as well. And in Rome, this is enhanced because here you meet people who are also undertaking different studies, and therefore your academic interests are widened, they are challenged, and they meet up different ideas and perspectives. But at the same time, you also integrate this within a spiritual journey which you live with a whole community. And this is the Angelicum, I think, and its benefits.
Living in Rome has been a huge blessing to aid my study of what I'm learning here at the Angelicum. Being in the heart of the church while studying the truths and the faith that we know and that we love has really only done good things for that, in that, you know, I go from learning about a saint to go pray at their tomb. I go from learning about a specific truth of the faith to seeing it, you know, on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. And really it's just a blessing that I will be unpacking for the rest of my own life, God willing, my priesthood in the future.
Rome is a very ancient city apparently, and there are many saints and martyrs and died here as a good exemplar for our faith. And when you study something in the class, for example, and you can go out a few blocks and you'll see, okay, this church are provided as a relic of maybe St. Joseph or other martyrs. So you can feel your faith is not only from the books or from the lecture, you can really touch your faith. And this is very good and unique thing than any other city can provide for us.
To anyone thinking of coming to study here at the Angelicum, come, please do. It's such an incredible experience, not only of faith, of study, but of life, getting to encounter the church in a universal way, getting to see the church in just, you know, unexpected ways, in different people in different countries and different cultures, and coming to know and see how they love Christ and how that's grown and developed in their own culture, and then being able to add that and then bring in also the way that we've come to know and love Christ in our own way. I can't say it with enough gumption. Please come. It's amazing.
The Angelicum is a vibrant community, a vibrant academic community, a vibrant community of believers. And therefore, whoever comes to study here is guaranteed not only to have good intellectual formation that would contribute to one's personal Christian growth, but also to a preparation of the human person to serve the church in different ways, but also it is an experience that enables you to meet other people, to exchange ideas, and to actually grow in the Christian life.